What if the very thing they tried to use against you is the exact thing that will destroy their power over you forever? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will completely reframe everything you thought you knew about being an empath in a world full of predators. Here's what no one tells you. Narcissists don't target empaths by accident, they hunt them. Deliberately, systematically. Because to a narcissist, an empath looks like the ultimate resource. Someone who feels deeply, forgives easily, and stays long after they should have left. They see your sensitivity and think they've found an unlimited supply. But here's the fatal miscalculation they make every single time. They don't realize what they're actually waking up. Let's start with what empathy really is, because most people have it completely backwards. Empathy is not softness. It's not naivety. It's not emotional fragility dressed up as kindness. Empathy is data. Every time you sense someone's mood shift before they say a word, every time you feel the tension in a room the second you walk in, every time you know someone is lying even when their words sound perfectly reasonable, that's not weakness. That's a finely tuned threat detection system, operating at a level most people can't access. The narcissist mistakes this sensitivity for vulnerability. That's the first crack in their plan. Because here's what happens when you spend years feeling everything around you. You don't just feel the love and the warmth, you feel the manipulation. You feel the contempt hiding behind the compliments. You feel the calculation underneath the charm. You absorb it all. Yes, but empaths don't just absorb, they catalog. Every inconsistency, every broken promise, every moment where their words didn't match their energy. It all goes somewhere and it doesn't disappear. It accumulates, and this is where it gets dangerous for the narcissist. Because there comes a point, and every empath who has lived through this knows exactly what moment I'm describing, where the catalog becomes complete, where the evidence is undeniable, where the pattern is so clear it cannot be unseen, and something shifts, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, permanently. The empath stops explaining themselves. They stop trying to make the narcissist understand. They stop softening their truth to protect someone who never once softened their cruelty to protect them. They simply see. Completely. Finally. And once an empath truly sees you, you cannot unsee yourself through their eyes. That's not a threat, that's a fact. Now here's what the narcissist never anticipated. The very empathy they exploited becomes the exact mechanism of their exposure. Because empaths feel truth the way other people feel temperature. They know when something is cold, even when they're told it's warm. And once that internal compass is trusted, once the empath stops second-guessing their own perception, the narcissist loses the only real power they ever had, the power to make you doubt yourself. Think about that for a moment. The entire architecture of narcissistic control is built on one thing: making you question your own reality. Gaslighting, love bombing, intermittent reinforcement, it's all the same game. Destabilize your inner knowing so you become dependent on their version of events. But empaths, once awakened, are extraordinarily difficult to gaslight because they don't just process information logically, they feel it, and feelings don't lie the way words do. You can tell an empath they're imagining things, but you cannot make them unfeel what they felt. This is the moment the dynamic inverts entirely. The hunter becomes the studied. The manipulator becomes the pattern. The narcissist, who once moved through the relationship like a chess grandmaster, suddenly finds themselves completely transparent. Every move anticipated. Every tactic recognized. Every false apology dissected before it even finishes landing. And the empath doesn't need to say a word. That silence, that calm, knowing, unshakable silence, is what narcissists fear more than any confrontation. Because they are built for reaction. They need your tears, your anger, your desperate attempts to fix things. Your emotional response is their fuel. But when the empath reaches that still point, that place of absolute internal clarity, there is simply nothing left to feed on. The narcissist stands in front of a mirror expecting their usual reflection, and finds themselves looking at someone who finally sees through the glass. Here's the part that will stay with you. Empathy, at its highest expression, is not just about feeling others' emotions. It's about understanding the full truth of a situation, including the parts people are trying to hide. The empath who has been betrayed, manipulated, and slowly eroded doesn't emerge bitter. They emerge precise. They don't hate the narcissist. They understand them completely. And there is nothing more disarming to someone who operates through mystery and confusion than being fully, calmly understood. The narcissist needed you confused, needed you chasing, needed you shrinking, but you stopped shrinking. And now your empathy isn't a wound they can pry open. It's a lens they cannot escape. You feel everything still, but now you choose what to do with what you feel. You no longer absorb dysfunction as if it belongs to you. You see it, name it, and set it down. That is not the behavior of someone who is broken. That is the behavior of someone who has become extraordinarily whole. The final transformation is this. The empath who was once a target becomes a standard. They no longer accept what they once tolerated, not out of pride, not out of revenge, but because they have felt, genuinely felt, what respect and reciprocity and honest love actually feel like in the body. And anything less registers immediately, physically, unmistakably. You cannot unknow that feeling. And that is why your empathy is a narcissist's worst nightmare. Not because you'll expose them publicly, not because you'll fight back or retaliate, but because you will simply stop being available to them. Fully, quietly, finally. You will choose yourself with the same fierce, unconditional energy you once poured into someone who never deserved it. And there is nothing, or 'tis absolutely nothing, a narcissist can do with someone who has learned to love themselves that way. If this reached something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, your sensitivity was never your weakness. It was always your superpower. You just needed to stop letting the wrong people tell you otherwise.